Hello, welcome to Wednesday's live show. And today we're going to be doing success, motivation, and inspiration. Going to give it a little bit of time for people to get on in order to share the good news that I have for you today. And I'm super thrilled with what's been going on lately with manifestation and setting your intentions and making your dreams come true. So I'm very thrilled. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you here. I have some really good news today. I have an exciting announcement, and once we get a few more people on, I can make the exciting good news announcement. It has a lot to do with manifestation and making your dreams a reality. And it looks like we're getting some people on here now, so I can start. Hey, Jeff, good to see you over there in Lilydale area. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. And today's show is on success, motivation, and inspiration. And I have achieved a 15-year dream. Manifestation and setting your intentions works. It works. And following through with doing the work. You've got to do the work. You can set your intentions and you can manifest your dreams and your goals by doing the work with integrity and actually offering what you say that you're going to offer. So the good news that I have today is taking a minute here to see if we can get a few more people on live with me. We've got one wonderful gal from Minnesota, Jennifer, and I am definitely chomping at the bit to share this with you. I have achieved a 15-year goal of mine, and I think, let's see, it was probably only about probably a month or 2 months ago that I decided to get really serious about manifesting this goal. And that is my dream home on the lake. And I just secured the deal and we're moving very soon. And it's perfect timing now that the crime rate has gone up in our area and absolute insanity. So thank you universe for supporting my intention. Thank you, Father, Mother, Creator, God, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, and Jesus, and all of divine for supporting our dream and our intention. Something that my son and I have been working on a long time, and then my husband and wife came into the picture a little under 2 years ago. And as a family, and she wanted me to announce that I've retired her as well, because I did. In fact, when we were courting for marriage, I said, how about if you don't work and you do whatever you want and relax, because you deserve a break. You've got 29 years of service to the community service work, and you deserve a break. How about if you just support me and love me and do whatever you want to do? So that's what we've been doing for over a year. We started that in May. So basically, she said, you make sure you let them know that you retired me and it was your work that got the dream home on the lake. And it's everything I've ever dreamed of and everything I've ever wanted. And I'm going to be sharing with you in our 3-day master class next week. We're going to be doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the information's all written on the top of this live video as far as the dates and the times and the topics that we're covering on miracle manifestation. In fact, it's called Miracle Maker Maven. And so I'm going to be teaching you how to be a miracle maker maven. And today is the talk on success, motivation, and inspiration. So if anybody has any questions, you can send me a comment or an instant messenger, because my office also will be moving, because I actually moved out to the Finger Lakes region. So if you want to look up that, there's 11 of them, so I'm going to be keeping any other information top secret. But since there's 11 of them, that's pretty still top secret. And it's something that only a few years ago, hey Amber, good to see you. Hey Bill, good to see you here. It's something that I only wished I could accomplish even 5 years ago, when I was not at a great place at all. So definitely setting your intentions and doing your manifestation daily exercises and working hard, following through and doing the work with integrity. And then the daily manifestation program, I'm actually going to be teaching the 3-day masterclass on this, and there'll be a workbook included as a free gift to you next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It was going to be this week, but we moved it to next week because I was busy actually acquiring my home for the last 4 days. And it's perfect timing because I've been needing a bodyguard to get in and out of my locations locally here after the riots and the protests. So short story there. In the meantime, I am thrilled to be able to tell you that if you absolutely, at this moment in time, think that your dream house is impossible to achieve, then think again. Because yes, it might be a far reach from where you're at right now. Mine was a million miles away from me even 2 years ago, even a year ago. But I set my intentions, I did the work, I followed through with integrity, and here we are. So thank you, Jennifer, for the congratulations, or the so happy for you. Thank you. And one day I will be saying that back to you, that you, congratulations for you achieving your particular dream, whether it's your dream home, or dream spouse, or dream career, dream business, dream family, dream baby that you birth or adopt, or there's so many dreams and goals that people can have. And if anybody wants to share a dream or a goal that they have with me right now, you can put it in your comments, and I can do a divine channel for you as a little complimentary gift. Because I do divine channeling work, and we can get some information in from your higher self and your spiritual counsel for you. So if somebody would like a little free gift of a short divine channel, please put your question in. Hi George, nice to meet you here. So a free divine channel. And Jennifer, you just got your 219 pickup truck today. So one thing off the list. Woo! Awesome, Jennifer. All right, everybody at Camille Conti Agency listening. Jennifer over in Minnesota got her dream pickup truck today. So she's got one thing checked off of her manifestation list. So give Jennifer a round of applause. So now we've got the dream home on the lake over here with Camille, and now Jennifer in Minnesota just got her dream pickup truck today. One thing off her list. Now on to her husband. Good, that's next, right. And then the dream babies after the husband. That's always nice to have things done in order of priority. Perfect. Yes, I'm very happy about that. Hey, Amy, good to have you here. Good to see you. Okay, so if somebody else could please put in either a question that you have, or a comment that you'd like comments on. Oh, Amy, thank you. Amy said, congratulations, Jennifer and Camille. That's very nice of you. And Amy, pretty soon you'll be announcing one of your dreams checked off of your list. So if you don't have one already, I know you were talking about some exciting stuff just recently, but I don't want to share anything that you don't want to share. So if you want to share something, put a comment in here. If anybody has just recently checked a goal or a dream off their list and accomplished it, please put it in the comments so that we can congratulate you and bring some joy. You're welcome, Amy. You're welcome, Jennifer. So we're going to be able to have a celebration for all these goals being achieved for those people who graduate from our certification program and come to our graduation and 3-day retreat here in the Western New York area. Well, actually, it'll be a different area. So we've greatly upgraded over to the Finger Lakes, and I just secured the deal on my new home on the lake, and it's been a 15-year dream, but I turned my dream into a goal 2 months ago. And now I had it on my goal list previously over the last 8 years. I started, but I wasn't serious about it. I thought I was. I thought that I could just write it down and it would magically happen, but there's a little bit more to it. Writing it down is the first step that's required. You have to have it written down for sure. But then there's some more steps involved, and we're covering that next week. We're covering that. Hey, Jean Marie, you must be watching from the lodge right now. So good to see you here. What do you think about our brand new dream home on the lake? Got to give Jean Maria congratulations too, because we've created a really good team, and I'm really excited about what we've accomplished. So with the love, and when you have the love and the support of one person in your life who believes in you and supports you and loves you, it makes a huge difference. And it's great if it's your... Yes, I agree. Hey, Amy, yes, it is very magical, and I'm glad you've been there before. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, yes, she is packing right now. Hey, James, good to meet you here. Yep, fishing rods are ready. Yes, I know. Caleb and Jean Marie have been plotting their fishing expeditions on the lake that we are now going to be living on. We'll be moving in less than, it's like only in a month, and I'm just absolutely so thrilled. So now I know for sure that I am Superwoman and that I can accomplish anything. And I will tell you that for a while there, even 2 years ago, I was kind of burnt out. And hey, Kelly, nice to see you here. 2 years ago, I was burnt out and didn't feel like I was doing even as well as my clients. So my clients in my private practice were doing better than me. And then one day I had a serious talk with myself, and I said, all right, hey, Jay, nice to see you here. I said, all right, Camille, your clients are doing better than you. Hey, Guy, nice to see you. Your clients are doing better than you, achieving their goals and their dreams. What in the world is going on with you? I said to myself. And then I realized, I had a serious talk, and I realized I wasn't actually following the goals manifestation program that I had my clients on. And I had channeled the program in with my divine channeling work. So I had my clients on it for about a year, and they were all doing famously amazing. And then silly me over here was just giving out the advice but not following it. So like I said before, you can make your dreams and goals happen when you set your intentions and you follow through and you do the work with integrity. So what basically happened is, although I thought that just by having it written on my list, I would eventually someday accomplish it, I got really serious about it 2 months ago, and I said, enough is enough. This has to happen. And I actually, again, decided to go back to my dreams manifestation work exercise that I had channeled in and that I give to my clients. In fact, I'm actually going to be giving it as a gift. This is a huge free gift next week. We're going to be doing a 3-day masterclass on it's called Miracle Maker Maven. So the Miracle Maker Maven. And there'll be a free workbook, a Miracle Maker workbook that comes with the 3-day masterclass. And in there you will be gifted the Daily Manifestation Program. And I'll tell you, when I had that serious talk with myself, it was actually a little more than a year and a half ago. It was almost 2 years ago that I had that talk. And I decided to start doing my my own transformation program and following it along myself instead of just preaching it to my clients. And at the time, I had 14 goals on my list that had eluded me for about 10 years. Yes, 10 years, and I couldn't accomplish those goals. And I was really pretty frustrated, and I felt like a failure, to be honest with you. And I kind of felt like I didn't have a really good, at the time, I wasn't having a very good confidence level. My self-esteem was down because I had gone through a series of different events that did not make me feel good because I didn't expect them. Curveballs from life, basically. And I am way stronger now because I got through them, over them, and then I got serious with myself and said, I'm going to do it. So I said, all right, I'm going to get these 14 goals done in 14 months because that would bring me to the end of 2020 because it was 2 months before 2020 that I got super serious and started the transformation manifestation, the Miracle Maven program, basically. So I started the Miracle Maven program, and this Miracle Maven program that I'm going to be teaching you in the 3-day class next week, I thought, all right, if I haven't been able to accomplish these for 10 years, you know, the idea that I'm going to get them all done by December 2020 and 14 months from now is pretty aggressive goal. It's pretty assertive of me, or it's pretty ambitious. There's the word. It's pretty ambitious goal of mine, but I was like, I'm going to get serious and dig in and do the work and follow through and do it with integrity. And I did. And I had all 14 of those goals accomplished in 60 days. By January 1st of 2020, I had them all done. So instead of 14 months, it took me 2 months. And I was blown away. I like, OMG. It was like Miracle Maker Maven. Wow. So if any of you would like to change your life in 60 days, but the program is designed for 90 days. So Miracle Maker Maven is designed to completely upgrade, shift, and change your life in 90 days or less. So in the 60 days, I had all 14 done. Then I said, well, okay, I'm ready for the next list. Because I actually, on the side of that, I had a list of 10 more items. And thank you, Amy. Amy says that's amazing. Thank you. So on the side, I had this list of 10 more items. Now, these were the ones that never in my wildest imagination could I imagine them happening, because these other 14 weren't done, and they were more basic things. Like some of them were even like basic requirements of life. I'm not even going to share them with you right now. That's going to be for a later time. So I said, you've got to accomplish those 14 preliminary things before you decide to jump to the other 10, because in life you're really not supposed to jump too fast or skip steps, because whenever you skip steps and make shortcuts, then you end up self-sabotaging accidentally without realizing it, because sometimes you get it and then you lose it, or you're not able to maintain it. So you don't want to skip preliminary important steps on the way. So you have to be self-disciplined, and you have to have self-control. And sometimes that's not easy, because we're thinking, oh, Miracle Maker Maven, I'm just going to go, buy $1 million building. But right now I can't afford my rent for $600 a month. So it's kind of like, no, there's going to be some more steps in between paying your $600 a month rent and buying your $1 million building, okay? So you need to have a logical plan that's mapped out, and I help my clients do that. So if you'd like to map out a logical plan that's doable and reasonable, then give me a call or instant message me, and we will have a talk. Hey, Laura, good to see you here. So give me a call, and then we will have a talk. And then I can show you how I manifested my dream home and on the lake, and in 2 months, actually, because 2 months ago I said, I'm done, enough is enough, I want my dream home. And it didn't look as good as I wanted it to look, but I got serious. I did my Miracle Maven Maker program, and I followed what I'll be teaching you next week for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and woo, we got it done. So I just secured my dream home on the lake, and I'm actually moving next month, so, or within about a month, even a little bit less. And the goals that we set have to be set up in a logical order. You don't just go from, not being able, for instance, to get your payments made on all your bills to I'm going to buy $1 million house. You have to have steps in between. And then once you've set your dreams and your goals, you need to actually follow through with your intentions and do the work and do it with integrity. And let's see what Jean Marie has to say. When you put positive, authentic vibrations into the universe with the highest regard for others in all areas, family, business, and community, and set your genuine intentions, manifestations come to blossom. Yes, woo! And with your faith coming first. We have put our faith first in everything that we do. So I'm going to add that in there. And hey, Kathleen. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you both here. We're talking about making your miracle or making your dreams and goals happen. I just achieved a 15-year goal of mine that a dream of mine, and secured my dream home on the lake, and we're moving in a month. So I'm thrilled. And what we're talking about is setting your goals in a logical plan of order. Okay, so once I had those 14 preliminary goals achieved, that those have to be done before you start reaching higher to like a higher goal. And I got it done in 60 days instead of 14 months. Keeping in mind I couldn't even accomplish them for 10 years when I was just kind of having it written down and thinking, oh, it'll happen someday, and getting really serious and doing my daily manifestation program that I'll be teaching next week. Then I said, well, I got all 14 preliminary goals achieved, so now I'm just going to move on to the 10 that I thought I was going to do at the end of the 14 months, and I thought I was going to give myself 1 year to accomplish those and have them done by December 2021. So that would be next year at the end of the year. And what happened is, when I achieved the first 14 in those 60 days, surprisingly, and I was like, oh my God, holy wow, I said, all right, I'm ready for those 10. And so I picked the number one thing that I wanted on that list of 10 and those were like dreams that had really eluded me for years. And after so many years of not even getting those basic 14, I was like giving up, basically. And just by serious work and focus and integrity behind your work, and it actually wasn't working a lot more hours at all. I actually worked less hours. It's about working smart and having the right attitude and having patience. Yes, Jean Marie, patience is our friend, isn't it? Sometimes it takes longer than you think, but with the right recipe, and I'm going to be teaching the recipe for manifestation next week, you can get it done. And I got it done way faster than I expected once I actually applied the right method. Less work, but the correct steps. And those are the steps I'll be teaching in the 3-day masterclass next week. And so going back around, the first one I chose out of those 10 that had eluded me forever was to find my divine partner, my divine spouse, and get really serious with exactly what I want, need, and desire. And I wasn't going to settle. I had already decided that I had been single for 14 years since I got divorced, 15 and a half or whatever years ago, or 13 and a half years ago I was single. And I decided there's no way in heck that I'm going to get married again. And I would never live with somebody without being married. For me, that wasn't for me. So what I decided is, if I don't find exactly what I want, need, and desire, and I'm not exactly what they want, need, and desire, I'm not getting married again. I mean, I already had one failed marriage, so I wasn't going to be doing it again. And so I had everything on my list, and it was an outrageous list. If I had showed it to anybody, they would have said, oh, right. But I didn't. I kept it close to my heart. Hi, Jimmy. Nice to meet you here. I kept my list close to my heart, and I went to work, and I did the same manifestation work, and thinking, okay, I'm going to give myself at least the 2 years to get this accomplished, because I wanted everything done in 2 years and 2 months. I had given myself 2 years and 2 months. And since I got the first 14 and 60 days done, I thought, well, these other 10 are really huge. They're things that have eluded me forever, and I'm going to be patient, but I'm not going to be super patient because, I just turned 51 this year, so I didn't want to go into my second chapter of my life without my goals and dreams, because some of them were, in my opinion, basic essential needs, and others were not. So the one that I picked was finding my divine spouse. And when I went to work and I did the Miracle Maker Maven program that I'll be teaching next week, I actually had her in 2 more days. But I didn't actually start doing the work for, it was 48 hours. I actually met her in 48 hours. And I was completely blown away. And so was she, because she had actually done the same thing on the same day across the country in a completely different state, several states away. And that's a story for another day. But miracles do happen, but you make them happen. And the Miracle Maker Maven program is something that I channeled in through divine guidance. And I got really close with divine when my son was born, almost 20 years ago, because he's turning 20 in September. And he had some different medical stuff going on. And I asked Mother Mary to be my surrogate mother and teach me how to help my son heal and guide him. And I got really close with Mother Mary throughout those formative beginning years of his life, and even closer and closer and closer. So I started channeling her to just kind of like out of survival for my son and for myself. And then at some point, I can give my story in a different day. Basically, the universe and divine forced me into making this a part of my career. And if you would have asked me back when I was graduating from Canisius College, a long time ago, I think in 1991 or so, 1992. Hey, Don, nice to meet you. Laura, what year did we graduate from Canisius College, if you're still on? I think it was 91 or 92. Put that in the comments if you're still here on the live video, please. I would love to remember, 91 or 92. Anyway, if you would have told me that I was going to be a leading divine channel at this point in my life, and that would be a huge part of my soul mission and what I'm doing in the world, back when I graduated from college with a BA in psychology and communication, I would have said, no way. In fact, I don't think my mom or my dad would have been too thrilled with that if that was my career goals. But I'm actually doing everything I wanted to do, because with my psychology and my communication, I am helping people with the psychology part, and the communication is I've been a public speaker for 33 years now, on stage, on TV, and now on live video as well. So I remember when we were doing a internship at Canisius College it was called Ecumedia News, and we did the news at 6 a.m. every Sunday morning, and we got to sit in the chairs of the actual newscasters at the television station, and each person had a different job. Some people were being the journalist, some were the actual TV anchor, some were the producer behind the camera. And then we had to switch around and rotate because we had to learn all the jobs. But then we were kind of able to find our niche of which one we liked the best and hone in there and do that for a few extra weeks during the internship. And so I actually chose doing the anchor work because I liked the live video the best. And so I did learn that way back when in college. Thank you, Amy. Yes, it is inspiring. I did want to when I was in college, I wanted to go for my master's degree and my PhD in psychology, but the money wasn't there to do that. And I was told by my family to just get to work and go get a job. So I did. And I also started my own business as well. And pretty soon I was on television with my own business by the time I was 25 years old. So I was being called and interviewed on TV very often. I actually was like getting overwhelmed. And I did that until I was about 31, and then I had my son, and I dove into being super mom. Super mom, helicopter, hawk mom, actually. How many of you can relate to that? Super mom, helicopter, hawk mom. If you've ever had a child with special needs of any type, you probably can relate to me, and even if they didn't, I mean, in this world. And so I kind of put a lot of stuff on hold, and I started my cosmetic company because I was able to create a business plan where I could only work 5 hours a week and make my full-time income. So that's what I was doing. I was working about 5 to 15 hours a week, making my full-time income that I was making previous to the birth of my son on full-time hours. And so I figured out how to make my full-time income on 5 hours a week. So I did that for quite a long time. And then I kind of wanted more, because I loved being a mom, but I also loved making a difference in the world outside of my family. So I wanted to be able to make a big impact outside of my family as well as inside my family. So I actually decided to start another business on top of my cosmetic company. And with my next business, which is my private practice, my life coaching, healing, and divine channel work, I added actually a lot more hours because as my son was going to school, I had more time to do things. Not as much time as a lot of people, because we still had to do a whole bunch of doctors and holistic stuff, and I actually traveled around the world to get holistic therapies for my son. And I paid for it all myself on my own 2 businesses as a single mom, actually. And I was able to take him to some other countries to get holistic, uninsured medical care, holistic medical care, and pay for it out of my 2 businesses as a single mom. And I was homeschooling him at the time. Not because I wanted to homeschool him, actually, but because the school system, the public school system, couldn't support his needs, and they had him on a waiting list for some other type of a program, alternative program that they felt would help him. But the waiting list turned into not 4 months like they originally thought. It turned into 5 years. So, or 4 years, sorry. So for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 4 years, we were homeschooling him, or I was homeschooling him. I say we because the public school system sent him a tutor to the house 1 hour a day, and then I was responsible for anything else I wanted to add. So for 5th grade, according to New York state law here in the United States of America, at the time, it was 2 hours a day Monday through Friday for 5th grade. And as soon as 6th grade came, then it was only 1 hour a day. So 6th, 7th, and 8th was 1 hour a day. And so I kind of created my own school because I didn't think that was enough. And so he went to the Birchfield Penny Art Center for art class every Friday at the time. He's going into his junior year of college now, so this was a while ago. But every Friday we would go to the Birchfield Penny Art Center, and he would take a homeschooling art class, because at the time they had that. I don't know if they have it now, in Buffalo, New York. And they did amazing, incredible artwork because they had art supplies that were to die for. And I mean, things that we would never be, ever in a million years, be able to afford at that time, because I was trying to work the least amount of possible hours and make the most money so that I could focus on him, because once we got done with the schoolwork during the day with the tutor and driving him back and forth, because he was also getting physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy, and I had to drive him to all the different buildings since he wasn't able to be in the school. And then at 5 o'clock we'd have our dinner, and then we'd go to the aquatic center and get our exercise, because I actually had a hand in this little ticket of the exercise that had to be like 3 times a week. So he did the swimming and I worked out in the workout room, and that was kind of like my safe haven of kind of like a relief, where he got to do his exercise, I got to do mine, because the lifeguards were really good, and he got his exercise that way. So basically Monday through Friday, it was all about him from morning to night because of the driving back and forth. And we also went to the Buffalo Museum of Science 1 day a week as well. And that way he was taking science class with the homeschooling kids. It also made him feel more normal because he saw other kids that were being homeschooled, and that helped him a lot. Nowadays with the COVID, it's normal to be homeschooled, but at the time it wasn't. And then we also were going to Toronto at the time, driving across the border into Canada every Thursday, and he was having some special holistic stuff done there. So we had quite the schedule. In the meantime, I was a single mom running 2 businesses and making a lot of great stuff happen for my son, myself, my family, my business. But I did put some goals of mine on hold because I really wanted to be present as much as possible for my son, my family, meaning me and him, and at the time. And hey Kevin, hey Becky, nice to see you guys here. And so we were able to peel away all those medical conditions, and he's been clear of them since like 9th grade. And then he just had to unlearn some coping skills that had been created in having to deal with those. And so in high school he was able to unlearn those, and now he's got a 4.0 in college, so we're doing great. Long story short, that was all a bunch of manifestation there, because I was able to design my life exactly the way I wanted to design it. I designed it with my priorities of faith first, family second, business third, and community fourth. I don't know, community is probably right up there with first as well. But I think you know what I'm saying here. So I designed my life to have it be exactly the way I wanted it. Hey, Carrie Ann. And be able to get my son's needs met with the homeschooling, with the medical stuff, holistic stuff, and still run my 2 businesses part-time and make full-time income. And then in the last 2 years, I was able to kind of reroute, hey, hello, Carrie Ann, and actually redesign my life and start focusing on some of my goals for myself. So once he turned 18, I gave myself permission, and he was planted in college, signed up, registered, and I actually met my spouse the first day of his college, because I told myself I was not going to get involved and get married until I had him settled in college, doing well, signed up, registered, blah, blah, blah. So we accomplished that as well. And so there's a timeline that an order of priority that you have to set your goals and your dreams. You don't try to skip steps or take shortcuts, because if you take shortcuts and skip steps, you may achieve your goals and your dreams. However, as a result, if you do it too fast and you've skipped some fundamental priorities and steps, you could lose it or not be able to maintain it. So it's really important that although we're up in our woo-woo, that I'm manifesting ascension process, we have to make sure that we don't sell our soul to the devil or try to go so fast that you can't take care of it or maintain it. Like over the years, over my 51 years of life, I've learned how to, yes, you might want your business to grow super fast, but you don't want to sell your soul to the devil, which I've never done. And I've also grown at the pace that I knew that I could actually maintain. So I was actually slowing my business down all those years because it kept trying to grow super fast. But I knew that I was still more focused on my son, my family, and myself, because I was healing myself of a few things too. So I was putting my family's wellness, me and my son's wellness first before letting my business go and skyrocket. Because I knew that we needed to both be in a good place health-wise and be emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually balanced, and financially, legally, educationally, relationship-wise. I always add all those in when I do my meditations and my prayers. But you want to make sure that you have everything lined up and in balance, because if you skip corners or you make shortcuts, then it comes back and bites you. And I did try to skip some corners and jump a little too fast a few times, and I kind of crashed and burned. Thankfully, I didn't burn too bad. At the time, I thought I did because it didn't feel good. But it was never anything that was not repairable, thank God. But you don't want to like go out and decide to give your business away almost because they're offering you a huge amount of money, or they're offering, sometimes they'll sell you a bill of goods, but it's not actually true. It's not really what they tell you it's going to be. Or they want to set it up so that you can sell stock in your company, or they want to call themselves a power broker and they make you a big promise. If it sounds too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, or maybe 99 times out of 100, it's not true. Thankfully, I never fell into those. I had a good sixth sense about that. I did fall into a few other mistakes, though, trusting the wrong people and not really profiling them correctly and not taking enough time to get to know them. And another mistake I made was turning clients into employees. Very bad idea. Bad, 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 bad. In fact, just to make sure that it wasn't possible to do, and that to try to prove my father wrong, because my father had told me never turn your employees or never turn your clients into your employees, and never make somebody a business partner that doesn't have the same thing on the table as you. No, so basically, if you're putting $100,000 on the table for a business, and they want to put $1 on the table and just promise you a bill of goods of all the work they're going to do for you for free, don't do it. Because 99 times out of 100, they're not going to do all that work for free. And they don't even know how to work because they probably never owned a business before, or they never succeeded at being highly profitable at a business before. Because if they did succeed at being highly profitable at a business before, there's no way in hell they would offer their work for free to you, because they'd just go and do it for themselves and make a big, huge ton of money for themselves. So again, if it sounds too good to be true, it most likely it is. And the other thing is if you're offering 20 hours a week and they're offering 5 hours a week, but they say, oh, well, I have all these contacts that I'm going to bring to you. Oh, really? Well, let me see them. Okay. So I fell in, those were the traps that I had fallen into, where I trusted the wrong people and brought them in as employees or as a business partner. And then those had to be compassionately dissolved. And that's actually a service that we offer in our CamilleContiAgency.com. Our agency is to compassionately dissolve, and that's because I became very good at it. Thankfully now I have learned from my mistakes. I remember at the age of 40, which was 11 years ago, I promised myself that I would stop trying to prove all the proven business knowledges. I don't know the word I'm trying to use. There's proven business acumen of things that you just don't do in business. And they tell you, like, never hire a relative, a family member, or a client. Never take on a business partner that doesn't have the equal amount as you to lose. If they don't have the same amount or more to lose, don't take the business partner on. Well, I was trying to defy gravity and prove my dad wrong, because my dad was telling me these things and I was like, oh, I'm better than that, I can do it. And so up until the age of 40, I made a ton of mistakes like that. And even after that, I made a few more just to be sure that it wasn't possible. And by the time I was 45, which was 6 years ago, I said, I am done trying to defy gravity and prove the basic business rules wrong. I'm just going to follow them. So the rebel in me was broken by the hardcore facts of life. And falling hard and falling fast and crashing and burning and then having to figure it all out. But now I'm stronger and smarter, and I'm a very good business coach as a result, because I have succeeded wildly in being profitable for 33 years. So I never fell so hard that I couldn't pay my bills and be afloat. However, I did fall hard enough where I was very unhappy that I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. Hey, David, nice to see you here. And Robert as well. So, and Eileen, good to see you here. So we're talking about how to manifest goals and dreams, aspirations, motivation, inspiration, and success. And we're actually going to be doing next week a 3-day masterclass called the Miracle Maker Maven. And I'm going to be teaching you how I accomplished 14 goals that I couldn't accomplish in 10 days in 60 days. And then in 10 years, I'm sorry. So it took me 10 years of hitting my head against the wall and being really disenchanted by life, and then divinely channeling in a manifestation program. And then finally, after 1 year of watching my clients succeed like wildfire and getting almost like, what's going on? They're achieving all their goals and dreams, and I'm being left behind, and I'm the one coaching them. And then I realized, well, you're not doing your own program. I wasn't actually following my own manifestation program. So I got serious and decided to follow it. And I gave myself 14 months and accomplished everything in 60 days. So then I said, okay, now the 10. And I thought it'll take me another 2 years to get my divine spouse. And no, it took 2 days. 2 days instead of 2 years. And so I'm super proud of that. And then the next thing on my list of 10, well, I won't get into all the details. There was a few more. But one of them was my dream home on the lake. And I just secured that actually yesterday, and we're moving in a month. And I'm thrilled, because even 2 years ago, I would have told you, I don't know if I'm ever going to accomplish this. I was pretty beat up by life. How many of you feel like that? How many of you feel like, OMG? Because if you do, I'm here to tell you, if you think it's absolutely virtually impossible, like I was starting to feel, and I'm not even a thinker of anything but positive normally, but I had so many curveballs come at me. Life got really real, and I was starting to, the steam was starting to, I think the steam was out of me actually, completely out. And I had a few hard years, but I finally dusted myself off, got back up, and it took time, but I learned how to heal depression, anxiety, and I learned how to heal even the feelings of mood swings too. But premenopause and menopause really don't help mood swings in a good way. So I learned that those things could easily be solved, not necessarily by some of the things that you would think. And because I'm not a medical doctor, on live public video, I can't make any claims. But for the people who are actually in my coaching program and they've signed my consent forms and my legal disclaimer forms, I'm able to teach you those things. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one or in my group coaching programs to achieve your goals and dreams, then you need to reach out to me, give me an instant messenger, and we can have a chat. And then we can have a Zoom chat, and we can map out a plan for your success and what it's going to look like. And actually, there's a lot less work needed than you think. So if you want to achieve a big chunk of your goals in 90 days or less, give me a call, give me a shout. You can even apply to work with me online right away and just get your appointment right now at divineceochat.com. So that's divineceochat.com. It'll also give you a lot more information about my work and what we do. And then you can also go to CamilleContiAgency.com. That's going to give you more information about our agency, because we have some really cool services and we have 62 years of combined experience, and our bios are all on there for the co-founders, myself and Jean Marie Conti. So Camille and Jean Marie Conti. And I'd love to work with you if you're ready. So if you're serious and you want to get to work and you want to make your dreams and your goals happen, and you've got a list where you're just like, enough is enough, and I want to make this happen, and I don't care what's going on in the world. I will love people, I will care for people, I will do my best I can, but in the meantime, I'm going to make my goals and dreams come true. Then you give me a call. You text me, instant message me, and reach out to me, and we will set up a time to chat, and we will map out your plan to success. And if you want to just get your appointment right now and be done with it, then go to my booking calendar, which is divineceochat.com, and that's all listed at the top of this live video. I have all that typed in. Let's see what Jean Marie has to say. When enough is enough and you decide you're not going to put up with mediocrity anymore, the decision will change your life for the good forever. Yes, that is true. And with that, I am going to close out and say, we love you. We can't wait to help you achieve your goals and dreams. And if you achieve one of your great dreams or goals that you've had checked on your list, go into my Academy of Divine Rich CEO private group program and announce it, and let us know that you've achieved one of your things on your list, no matter how small or big it is. Make the announcement. You can even go on live and you can announce on our group live in our Academy of Divine Rich CEO. That program is for women only. It's a women's online business school. And we teach you how to build your business online and create a global following and do it part-time. And again, to book an appointment to join our certification and business development course that we have, you can go on divineceochat.com, get an appointment to talk with me, and we will discuss it and find out if it's a match for you. And if you feel excited about it once we talk, then we can register and enroll you. There's no high pressure. There's no hard sales. It's not like walking into a car sales place where they're hardcore. This is not about that. I don't want to talk you into anything that you're not ready for or that it's not a match for you. So, and then if you have a problem and you want to figure out how to solve it, then give us an instant messenger. We have a huge list of services at CamilleContiAgency.com as well. So we're here for you. We love you. Have an awesome, awesome day, and get ready to rock and roll and make things happen. Woo! Bye for now.